Yo, what's good, my people? So look, today was a great day. This is what I'm withdrawing for the week, 1525. We had a great Zoom call this morning. This trade is actually setting up pretty nice. We'll place a couple more of these $10 joints, uh, and then I'm gonna go ahead and withdraw. But the reason why I'm placing this trade right here is always because the stochastic is high, of course. We hitting the zone. We in the zone right now, right here, which I can put that line right there, but I just wanted to show y'all right quick. So we in the zone, the market is already pushing up. So we know we're gonna get that drop as it's doing right now. 2 minutes might have been too long, but that's all right. You know what I'm saying? But what you always want to do is always have a zone above it just in case. All right, so that's all my zones right here. You always want to get you a zone above it in case it continues to shoot. And, I like to separate my stuff by color. All right. But we got the drop we deserve. So if it stay there, we good. You know what I'm saying? But multiple confirmations on this particular trade. Like I said, we got rejection off of this 200 as close to this zone as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I try to sell at a zone or at, resistance. And that's how I do it, right? So I mark up my chart. I usually start marking up my chart on the 1 hour, right? So hold on, let me remove this right here. Boom. All right, so let me show y'all. So I usually come to the 1 hour first. Mine look a little crazy, but I mark my stuff up. I'm actually about to delete all this so y'all can see what I'm on. Boom. So I actually mark my stuff up first on the H1 or the M15. All right. So boom. And I marked here because of this. Touch, touch, and touch. All right, y'all see that? That's why I marked it. So that trade won. So anytime I win a trade, I come here, I hit this, and I move my profit directly over. So now they changed the percentage to 40-something%. So let me see. $9.40, that's what I do. All right. You know what's so crazy about this method, y'all? I actually got this method from somebody that trades the slot machines in Vegas, right? They said that when they go to the slot machine, how they make sure they leave with money. Because they usually always make money at the slot machine, but they constantly betting they profits, and that's how they lose. So they say anytime they get profit, they go cash their little ticket out, and they'll take portion of the money, put it in this like safe wallet thing that they can't open until like they have a certain key, but they leave the key at home. So they push the money in there, and then they take a little portion to put back into the casino. To put back in the slot machines to play a little bit more, but they don't never risk the whole profit. So my whole idea with moving this over is how I do it in Forex. Anytime I make profit, no matter what the profit is, I move it directly over here, and I store this for my withdrawal for the week. You know what I'm saying? And I don't touch it. I don't move this back over to try to trade with if I start losing money and stuff like that. Unless I just want to, like I said. But for the most part, if I know I'm trying to withdraw every week, that's how I'm doing it, and I'm not touching the profits. And that's just what it is. But the reason why I did get in this particular trade, a couple of different reasons, y'all, is, again, I told y'all we got bounces in these areas. So one way to find your zones is if you had a zigzag indicator, every point is going to be a zone. Every point, right? Because that indicates that the market hit somewhere and turned around and dropped, right? Or hit somewhere, turned around and went up. So that's one way to find zones easy. The second way is to grab either a rectangle or a horizontal line, which on the other one, on these H1s, I'll be, grabbing the rectangles. And like I said, you can separate your stuff by color depending on how you want to do it. But I'm just hitting them same points across on the H1. All right. So the zones is key. And the reason why you want to mark it up on a higher time frame, because those rejections are going to be a lot stronger. As you can see, we got rejection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7, 8 rejections on that. So you know if the market gets there again, 9 times out of 10, we're going to reject again. All right. So then from there, like sometimes I may go ahead and mark this top as well. I don't do it every time. I kind of mark it to closest where the market is at. But however you want to do it, you can do it. All right, boom. All right, so check that out. Then from here, we got to go to the M15 and we got to look around. M15. So outside of the zigzag, how do you find more zones? Any place that touched and just turned around and went the opposite way. All right. If we stopped somewhere and we went up, that's another zone. That's a smaller zone. So that's kind of how I found my M15 zones. We touched in the area right here and we dropped, but there's no zigzag right there, and that's fine. So what I do on here is I'm going over here to grab these right here. And like I said, if you're somebody who don't really like a lot of stuff on your chart, that's fine. I don't really care how ugly my chart is as long as the trade is right. You feel me? Because I need to get my money. So this is when I start marking up these. I'm marking up every point for the most part on the M15 to touch and turn around. And you want to do that because you want to catch the bounces. This will help your accuracy when you're trading because now you can visually see what's going on in the market. All right, so now this is the full picture on the M1. All right, so when I'm looking at it on the M1, now I say, okay, well, I got my major zones that I know for sure we're going to get some kind of bounce, some kind of movement somewhere in these areas, right? Then I can go ahead and mark up smaller zones like this on the white. So the M1, I usually do in white, but this lets me know that these are pretty strong zones too, but they may not be as strong as the M15 and all that. So if I want to go crazy on the lines, I can, but you don't got to go this crazy. I just kind of do it just, for my own self. But now I can visually see we got a bounce here. We're headed here to this zone. At this zone, it's either going to push past it or bounce. You know what I'm saying? But based off of this, we may be looking to sell off. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I find my entries quick. And then I know if we break through here, we're going straight to this next zone. We touch here and turn around. That's the next zone we'll be going to. So I can copy that and say, okay, well, if we go past that, if we break past this right here, then we pushing up here. So now I know I can buy it until it gets here or wait till it get here and sell off. If it comes down here, if we break this, then we coming down here to this next zone right here that you can visually see because we touched and turned around. See what I'm saying? Touched here, turned around. So this is the next zone that we could potentially head to. And that's kind of how I look at all my trades. One zone to the next. So I'm going to catch you some kind of way. I'm going to catch you slipping. You know what I'm saying? But today's a good day. $454 today. That's a great day. All right. And I'm telling you, if you trade like this every single day and you mark up every chart, sometimes the market going to give you what you want. Sometimes it won't. You know what I'm saying? So originally, like I said, I'm looking for the market to be down here on the stochastic or up here. Them is usually the best trades. If I don't see it, if it's marked up right and I don't see this, then I can still catch a bounce based off support and resistance. You know what I'm saying? So for instance, this on the H1, been down there for quite some time. I look at the pattern on this Keltner channel and I see, okay, well, the candles have been sticking in this area for quite some time. We're going to get exhausted eventually and come on back up because we're going to have to. But how far will it come up potentially? Well, if you look back on the Keltner, we come back to the middle of the Keltner here, the middle here, a little bit above, the middle here. So I know if it does pull back, we could potentially pull back all the way up here. But that may take some time because this is the H1. All right. But you see on the pattern here, it usually gives us one candle, but it's an hour candle. So that's actually a bunch of candles. There's one green one down there. So that's kind of what I'm basing it off of. So I know I may have to do a longer trade, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, or even 1 minute. You can still do 1 minute, but then you got to mark this one up. So for instance, let me just show you. I'll just do this. I'll put this, let's say here. And then I don't really see too many more, but we'll mark this here because we did reject here and turn around. Then I might have to go to the H4 to look to the left to see where in the world are we going, because I'm noticing that we down here, but I'm not seeing nothing to the left yet. So I may have to go all the way over here to find out where the market is currently, which I believe, let me see, yep, right here. So the market is currently right here in this cluster. I'll mark that up for you, boom. This is where the market is currently at inside this little cluster box, this little circle of candles right here. So potentially, let me grab one of these. The market could come as low as the bottom of this, because this is a lot of rejection on the H1. Remember H1? I mean, this is H4. A lot of rejection on the H4. So now I got vision. So now that I see the market is pushing, I'm like, where could it be pushing to? It's going to push all the way down till if it continues that far, which it may not. It may reject and decide to go up from there. I'm going to the M10 to see if I can see it. So now I can see that zone down here, this pink. So if it continues to push, it's going to try to push all the way down here. You know what I'm saying? Or somewhere in here, we're going to get a bounce and go back up. Somewhere in there. And we might go up, as you can see. Here, it gave us about 6 or 7 candles. We got about a candle and a half here. We got about 3 candles here. So your safest bet, if you're going to catch a pullback, 1 to 2 minutes on this trade. If you're going to try to catch that pullback. If you do seconds, even better. You'll be able to catch seconds. But we know we already in a high zone. This is actually like an H4 zone or one of them zones. This is a heavy zone, so it's going to probably push a little bit more, but we're going to get some rejection and go back up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm tripping. I wasn't even on the M1. So if we're looking at the M1, you might mess around and get a bunch of candles. You know what I'm saying? You might get, about the same. I would say about 1 to 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minute trade should do you right. I'm going to actually just do one to see if we can catch something. It's already moving though now. So 2 minutes might not be enough. I think I got in too early anyway. But it's going to push again, and then we'll be able to get in again. You know what I'm saying? But this is where the 4-inch rule starts. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I could actually catch it on the way down as well. Because I know we still probably got to push until you want to turn around. All right, so this is trading, man. You wait on your setups, you got your confirmations, and you take the trades, all right? Everything right here, double arrows, all these double arrows telling us buy. This right here is telling us buy. The H1, H4 is telling us buy. When you got them kind of confirmations, you got to do what you got to do. And you get in at the zone, it already passed this one, so it's trying to get close to shooting to the next one. But when you get them kind of confirmations, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? And this is counter trend trading. Honestly, you can just trade with the trend if you knew. I just love counter trend trading. I've been doing it forever, so I don't mind. I love catching pullbacks and stuff like that. But if you're somebody who's like, nah, I'm just going to stick with what the trend is doing, absolutely. You can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm a spy hunter. I'm trying to catch that pullback, right? So we're going to get in on another one. I'm just trying to see where you're going. I'm trying to see what you're trying to do, sir. They're about to make me mess around and sell. Let's get in on another double buy. Let's see if they finally give us what we've been looking for. You know what I'm saying? Now, all my 1-minute traders and second traders, you would have smacked this already based off of that right there. Based off this move right here, them second traders would have ate that up and been done. You know, me, I'm 2 minutes, so I just stick to what I do. Sometimes 2 minutes is way too long, and sometimes it's just right. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see what they decide to give us. Now, remember, this Keltner channel can act as support and resistance too. So it could easily bounce off the bottom of that Keltner as well, or it could blow past. So we're going to see. Now, where could this potentially be heading to? Either somewhere in this area, like it did before, or as high as up here. You know what I'm saying? Before it turns around, because remember, this is a downtrend. So we can see if we're going to decide to want to push way up there, or if it's going to want to retrace at the last minute and come on back and smack us out on some OTC style. You feel me? But yeah, when you got all the confirmations, you take the trade. Simple as that. We had a zone close to it, push through a zone, look like we want to turn around. These is all saying, hey, we going up, this saying going up, then we take that trade, we don't even think. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You gave us confirmation, we take it, we're out of there, sir. We're out of there. And I promise you, you trade like that every single day, it's a wrap. Take your time, mark your zones up, and it is a wrap, people. I promise you. This is not as hard as you think. All it takes is some self-control and discipline. And by self-control, I mean, once you make them profits, you about to see. About to move that money right over, and I'm gonna go ahead and withdraw for y'all, and we out of here. You know what I'm saying? Had a good old day. I just wanted to explain a couple things to y'all. All right. Bingo. Oh, they gave me my 84 cents, so it is what it is. I don't know if they're gonna let me put that over there. I think I gotta have at least $1 in there. Yeah, let me see. Let me see if they're gonna let me do 0.84. 0.84. See if they let your boy confirm. I gotta be at least $1. No, we're moving that dollar back, sir. We're gonna move you back, sir. Confirm. Yeah, boom. So yeah, but that's how you trade, y'all. That was perfect execution. You know what I'm saying? The first one on go, then you wait on that second entry, and again, this is where we're at, people. So God is good. All right, let's get some money up out of this thing. Oh, I need to transfer my money over. So this is what I do right here, y'all. I transfer my bread. I go to MT5, and then I put in my 1534. And sometimes I usually leave that 5 for the next week, but I'm gonna go ahead and take all of it. You know what I'm saying? Pay some credit cards down, you did, and run them things back up. So I move that to my balance, and then I withdraw. And as y'all see, it's starting to turn around in that area where I see it. Crazy. But yeah, so then we come over here and we smack. You dig? So now I want to do 2.5. Well, no, we don't want to do the whole thing. I'm tripping. I said 1535.29. Let's do that. I'm going to give my Bitcoin address. See if they need me to do a pin or not. Nope. And that's it, y'all. And we back to 1,000, ready to trade next week, man. Hey, I love y'all. God is good. Y'all keep practicing, stay in these markets. And I'll holler at y'all in another video. Lord willing, let's get it.